Welcome back to not just Mostly Superheroes, the podcast, for you nerds. A crossover, the multiverse, worlds collide.
What?
BradenSTL, OpeCast, the podcast, combines with Mostly Superheroes, the podcast. So here in the studio in St. Louis, Missouri, at the Mostly Superheroes studio, we hosted this time. Maybe you'll host next time. BradenSTL in the house. Braden, as well as Andy, the Giggler. I'm still calling you that.
That's fine.
And Scott, swearing Jim, the Scoop.
Scotty Scoop.
Scotty Scoop. You go by the Scoop.
Just Scoop.
I'm your host, Logan. This is Mostly Superheroes. You came on the podcast Mostly Superheroes last year just ahead of Celebration St. Louis down at the Arch Grounds. We were pumping you up for that. You were getting us pumped for the Urge playing down there. Yeah. And here we are later. And OpeCast, your podcast is doing amazing. Your social media at BradenSTL, foodie in the game, and with a foodie trip to Miami that we're going to hear about today.
Yep.
We're kind of interviewing you a little bit on Mostly Superheroes, and then we're going to give you the chance to ask us some stuff from the OpeCast perspective.
Have you all been interviewed by anybody else yet?
Not only kind of one-off questions here and there where we give people the floor to bounce it back.
Okay.
Andy's been on what
Swerving. Or actually, this is Third Eye Review.
Yeah.
He's the
homie.
DJ,
Swerve.
love that guy.
And I got to go on one of the podcasts that inspired this podcast. I discovered too long ago, almost a decade ago, the Jock and Nerd podcast, based out of Chicago and now sprinkled around.
That's
and
awesome.
They invited me on to talk about Wonder Woman 1984, which was a mess.
Terrible.
So it was fun.
Wow.
It was a fun episode. What about you? We haven't got you out in the world yet?
I don't think so.
Okay,
Dude.
that's on the list now.
I made the trip all the way to Farmington, I think.
Yeah,
That's
for
what
Swerve?
Yeah.
That's
Did you
where I
did
did.
the same? Yeah. I think you guys. It was an episode you guys did together, and he said that, and I was like, I've been there too, bro. Come on now.
Yeah. No, I think that's awesome because I always thought you two or you all should connect because y'all love movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got to talk about Into the Spider-Verse, and
Yeah.
that was a fun episode, actually.
We should all just record at the biscuit joint someday. Speaking of that guy, because his content makes me hungry.
Oh, that
That's for
bacon
sure.
jam
Dude,
there.
that place is fire.
Speaking of things that are fire and friends of the show, you were gracious enough. I guess since we hosted, you're letting us kind of go first on the program, Mostly Superheroes, that is. So I thought we'd catch you up on some stuff that
Let's
we're
do
doing. Big thanks to our sponsors. More to say with Randy Naughton. Randy Naughton's here in town. Spoiler alert, this is on air happening. No pressure. I can cut it if you don't want it. She wants to come on your podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Fox 2 legend, 40-year
Yeah.
broadcaster. I don't know if you're know her, if you're familiar.
Oh, yeah. She's on my list. Elliot Davis, Art
Oh.
Holiday. Those are on my list, yeah.
Guess what? It's going to happen. I get to work with Randy a lot. Let's do it.
Okay.
And the Fox 2 crew. There's a lot of fun people on Fox 2.
Oh, for sure. And Tim Izell,
Yes.
those are legends.
Get Callista, get Chelsea, Blair. I mean, John and Randy.
Yeah.
Dude, this is local news right now.
Yeah.
Fox 2, this is the team.
Sponsored by Fox.
More to say. That's definitely Randy Naughton on that
I love
one.
it.
The Voltron store, store.voltron.com, big longtime friends of the show. And you can get 15% off with promo code MOSTLY at store.voltron.com. Four Hands Brewing Company, friends of ours, are also leveraging our password. Your second beer is free at any Four Hands location with password MOSTLY. Just tell your bartender and your second beer is free, just like that. Limit one per person. What do you think of that?
All three locations?
All four.
Four. Airport.
Airport too.
Sorry,
Ooh.
say that again?
At the airport, at Kirkwood, at Chesterfield, and at the downtown OG location. Four Hands Brewing Company. Password mostly to your bartender. Mention Mostly Superheroes. Your second beer free. Limit one per person. 21 years of age to enter. Group rates do not apply. This is for you solo tab people that want a little extra beer.
You said airport. I mean, that I had to make sure that was emphasized.
I'm kind of I hope I'm right. This is one of those things where I'm already writing the email to Four Hands to make sure, because they're pricey out there. And then Alamo Drafthouse Cinema helping us out with all of our fun screen and socials, and of course Team Jakey in the Stigma. Lots happening with our friends in town, and prizes up for grabs at mostlysuperheroes.com/contest. I'm happy to say that our contests are getting better and better. City Winery St. Louis, 2 tickets to any show you want in 2025. You can pick it. March 15th at the Factory, One Night of Queen, Gary Mullen with the amazing Freddie Mercury impersonation and performance. He was just on the podcast a week or two ago. go listen to that episode and go get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com, linked up at mostlysuperheroes.com. And Sailor Moon at the Fox, the Fabulous Fox, April 8th. We have 2 tickets left. We've been giving away tickets, and they're almost gone. April 8th, and you can get your tickets linked up at mostlysuperheroes.com or Fabulous Fox. Trivia Bingo, TV and Film, March 20th and April 24th. We'll be back at Four Hands Brewing Company. That's right. Last Thursday of the month for a while was really fun for us. Trivia Bingo at Four Hands, again, March 20th, April 24th, and then May 22nd is Taps for Team Jakey, also at Four Hands downtown. A great community event with our friends at Team Jakey. We're really excited. So that's what's going on with Mostly Superheroes. Now I'll do a little round table, and before we get into OpeCast, let's check in with a little bit of TV and film, and we'll look at you, Andy. You surprised us. We don't know what you got today. Are you ready to talk about it?
Are you ready?
Let's hear it.
To hear it.
Let's do a round table here, and I know that you got a movie for us, Braden, that you saw that was huge and a little green, so we'll get into that.
And a little pink, yeah.
And a little pink.
Got it.
Giggler, you're up
I think I know
first.
the answer to that one, but for my what you watching today, let's go with What We Do in the Shadows on FX.
Ooh, I'll give it up, because I love this show.
I'm so happy that you do.
Ooh.
Anyone else watch?
Taika Waititi.
Not yet.
Yes.
I've seen some of it.
Yes, and I've never. I know this is affiliated with a movie that came out first as well, but I've actually never seen that. Someone just recommended the show recently because they said you're a fan of Tim Robinson, you're gonna like this type of humor. So
Funny
they
vampires.
were very, very right.
Funny
Basically,
vampires.
Funny vampire mockumentary.
Yeah.
There's 4 vampires, three regulars, and what's called the energy vampire, which is my favorite one.
Yes.
Colin Robinson.
Yep.
My God. These characters I absolutely love. The acting is tremendous. Like I kind of want to be a vampire now. I think I had a weird dream the other night that I actually was bit by a vampire and I became one. It was very weird. But
You're like,
that's
what's
when
his name?
That's
The
when you know
human.
you're binging the show too fast. I've done 3 seasons in like 2 weeks.
What's the human's name?
Guillermo.
Yeah, you're like Guillermo. You want to be a
Yes.
vampire.
Yes, exactly. Guillermo lives with them as well.
That's a great show.
The acting.
You
is
guys seen it?
hilarious,
You seen it,
so
Braden?
funny.
I have not, but I was just thinking over here. I'm like, you went off of a recommendation, and that's kind of what I do with my day-to-day now, with people recommending restaurants. There's different levels to the restaurants, just like with TV shows, movies. Does that one chef own multiple restaurants? Are you going to watch multiple episodes?
Oh yeah, I got you.
Yeah, and in this one of the cooks is Taika Waititi from Thor Ragnarok,
Oh, yeah.
and then Thor Love and Thunder. Can't say it the same way.
And What We Do in the Shadows movie.
Right, the movie that
Yes.
Andy, and I think the movie came first.
Yes.
And what about, are you a fan, Scotty?
I liked the movie, yeah. A couple episodes here and there, and of course everybody sees the clips, on the socials with Tucson, Arizona.
My favorite character.
Yeah.
by far.
Yeah, absolutely.
Laszlo.
Yeah.
Laszlo. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
It's just the way that it's so creative how they like portray what life would be like if vampires are really here, and especially if they're just ridiculously hilarious people.
You want to rate it?
Yeah, for sure. I'd go with a 3.9 out of 4. It's becoming honestly one of my favorite shows like of all time, like approaching possibly
Whoa.
top 10.
And this
That's
is
how much we're
one of his
just-
favorite is I Think You Should Leave, Tim Robinson. He's a
Yes.
huge. Do you know Tim Robinson? Sketch comedy, stand-up comedian.
I think I know him. If I saw a picture of him.
Detroiters.
So good.
Detroit. Yeah,
Is this where I tell people I don't really watch much TV?
that's great. It's okay. We're
Okay,
not. We're
my
we're
bad.
not just TV and film. We're gonna get to food. Just hold on, Brad. Just hold on.
My bad.
It's
guys.
still our podcast.
The
Okay.
man is hungry.
All right. Let's keep it moving so we can get to the OpeCast. I want to talk about food. Scotty Scoop, what are you watching? And it can also be what you read and what you enjoy.
I
Concerts.
actually
It could be
just,
any. It could be a restaurant and a meal that you loved.
Oh, okay.
So you brought a movie to the table, but like if you want to make your what you watching, like
Oh,
a
I'll
food related thing.
I'll make this interesting.
Okay, you're up next.
Okay.
I did just finish a book called Artificial Wisdom by Thomas Weaver, and it was pretty good. The year's like 2050. The Earth is lots of climate change. We're having lots of issues, like irreversible. Like we're on the precipice of disaster, and the world has decided that in order to move forward and save the planet, we're going to elect a worldwide dictator to make those decisions. And the elections have come down to a former U.S. president and an artificial intelligence. And it is a a battle between what is the best decision here, and it's all told from mostly the point of view of a investigative reporter who has some information through his reporting on some bad things that one of these candidates has done, but the other candidate may end up being worse. And
I was gonna say, it seems like both bad decisions.
Yeah,
really,
it's really kind of
it might be somewhere in between or somewhere outside.
Real bad decisions have to be made, and you're really looking at, hey, what's the lesser of the two evils here?
Yeah, that feels relatable.
Yeah, it is very relatable nowadays, and it was.
Which loser do I get to pick?
It was good. Sci-fi.
Yeah.
Stuff that's going on now. It's relevant to the times.
Title again, and a rating.
Artificial Wisdom. I would say 3.3
out of 4. Out of 4.
Yeah.
Nice, fair share, dude.
It's very interesting because like the AI could just pull your full search history and everything about you.
Everything
that you ever put on. It's interesting. Like I go to ChatGPT sometimes asking, hey, tell me, top foodies in St. Louis. I'm fortunate. My name comes up.
But they know it's you, though.
It's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, it knows how to make me happy.
It's just telling you what you want to hear.
Right?
You're the best, Brad.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Happy birthday. That's very interesting. Because also, you can obviously ask that device anything. So I wonder, what's the name of the show again?
It's a book, Artificial Wisdom.
Oh, book. So,
But if Scotty's if it's a book right now, Scotty's on it. It's probably gonna be a movie.
It'll
or something
probably
soon.
be a movie, I'm sure.
Is that like how it usually happens with you?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And he's a lifer. He's got over 5,000 graphic novels and comic books, and he
Yeah.
reads weekly, and he knows the storylines, and he helps us kind of look into the future a little bit sometimes.
My
hope this
library
book
is getting a
future.
little too large.
Yeah, he brings it over and drops it off so we can read stuff literally every week.
Yeah, I
All
hope
right.
this book
It's
isn't a
impressive.
look into the future. Please don't.
All right, well, we're gonna end with Braden and let you just guide right into OpeCast. Okay, so I'll end with mine. Mine, I want to shout out Severance on Apple TV Plus. The White Lotus season 3 is on HBO Max. Dexter Original Sin, the first season, is done on Paramount and Showtime. Those are my recommendations. These shows are excellent. Very good. All right, Braden, what do you want to do? You want to do your movie that you brought? Do you want to just get right to food? I'll leave it to you, man.
And I'll do a movie, and then I'll do something else.
Oh, right,
That's
and
interesting.
yes, and and we'll make your Miami trip. Like, just we can do that too. Before we start the cast. So, like, your movie.
Oh yes, the movie Wicked. That was the last movie I saw. I actually really enjoyed it when I saw it in theaters with my wife, Alamo Drafthouse. The only time I watch movies there is in the big room.
The Big Show.
The Big Show, right?
Nice.
Yep.
I'm not gonna give up I made a video actually a year ago that went viral. It had like 500,000 views, and I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I'm on this podcast, so I'll open up. I gave up the row like in front of where I normally sit because I didn't want everyone to get my seats. Because every time I go see a movie there, it's in the same spot. So I won't say where that is. But I saw Wicked there, and then my wife bought it on I don't know what's that called when you buy a movie from streaming, and now it's on. You're like, what is that called? Because I bought the DVD, and I don't know.
Oh,
I bought the rights to keep it on my Amazon.
digital
For
digital
now.
only.
I mean, yeah, and
yes.
they got like
license.
they got like the when it's in theaters now, like you just pay a little bit more, you'll get it real early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So I saw it.
had fun.
I was tired, and I thought I was gonna fall asleep, but I did not.
Had you seen the musical before, or was this your first entry point to this?
I saw the musical, but like I have ADD, so when I am at a musical, sometimes if the story, if we hit a certain point in the story, I may just be paying attention to the sets, thinking about, wow, the orchestra sounds really good. Someone's really down there playing the violin,
Mhm.
But when watching this, I mean, it's truly art. It was incredible. There's other movies. I really want to see the new Captain America. I know there's a new movie with like SZA and I can't think of the other names in there. But
Keke Palmer, I think.
Keke Palmer, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I need
Nice.
to get back into theaters because I really need that escape. Like that's my favorite thing of watch. So the reason I don't watch too many TV shows and movies is because like my job, my life is on my my phone, my laptop, and I get distracted with that. But when I'm in the movie theaters, I cannot be on my phone.
Yeah, right. You got to put it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, on the 4.0 scale, what would you rate Wicked?
Oh, 4 out of 4 for sure.
Nice. Loved it.
Yeah.
Well,
Notch.
where do you think your wife would put it?
Oh, she listens to the music all the time.
Nice. Gravity, definitely.
Yeah, Gravity. Oh my goodness. But that's cool. And then I'm gonna actually throw one more thing in there that I was very surprised.
Yeah. On Wicked.
We're gonna transition. We're
Okay.
gonna transition into this festival I just got back from. I was down at the South Beach Wine and Food Festival. It was an incredible time, and Rev Run was like the headliner to close out this event. And I was like,
Nice.
I was like, Rev Run, like whose house, Run House? I'm like, this guy. And I was like, okay, he's just gonna play his old stuff. His DJ is probably like, I don't know, mid-20s, and he's there helping him. He's hyping it up, but he's everybody put your hands up, God damn it! And that threw me off because I was like, wait, Rev Run? Like you look up at his Instagram, it's all like verses, Bible verses, respectfully. But yeah, man, he brought the energy. I did, and I thought, okay, like I have never seen a DJ like what was it? Probably like I don't know, 4,000 people. I really don't know, but he was playing like Michael Jackson, The Man in the Mirror, right? And then they go into like Chainsmokers. Then they go back like, hey, y'all know I'm from New York. He goes into some Frank Sinatra, gets in some Jay-Z. It was like a really good set. He did his Walk This Way verse. He did his Tricky. But man, that guy, I would say 4 out of 4. I was surprised.
The DJ and the festival. What was the festival again?
South Beach Wine and Food. The festival.
Nice.
I mean, man, I got to go 10 out of 10. I gotta up it. That
Gotta make the scale bigger.
Yeah, I gotta. Okay, this is where we transition into it. Right?
This is great because we got great visuals up on the screen if you're watching us on YouTube or Spotify. I mean, this looks like an amazing time. And when were you out there? When was the timing of this?
So it was a Friday through Sunday. We actually
Just recently.
Yeah,
Wow.
just recent. I literally got back in town yesterday.
Oh, nice. So you're down in Florida in February. So you're
Yes.
taking a break from St. Louis cold.
Yes.
And like these pictures, like you're just making us mad.
Like
All this great food, great DJ, great environment, right there by the water. And you got invited down there to hang out with some other foodies.
Oh yeah, it was really cool. So had a really cool partner, Undeniably Dairy. Probably day one supporters of BradenSTL. Probably the first partners I've ever had, I think. And then our partnership has grown over the years. So they invited me down, and one of the events we got to attend was FoodieCon, and so they had all the other top foodies in the country, or a bunch of them. I mean, there's so many, but like people like Keith Lee was there. Just so many other ones. I Kim Creations and people that have won like MasterChef and all this and that. And it's just really cool being in that room, and you get to talk to them about what you do. And, like us people here in St. Louis, we have to like work a lot. We got to kind of, we have to hustle, right? We have to like, hey, let's get in with this movie theater. Let's interview this person, that person. And you make it happen in St. Louis. And we think like, just cause you're in a bigger market, you'll be able to make that happen. But I told them the stuff I do. They're like, what? You only have like, altogether like probably like 50, 60,000 followers. And they're like, that's crazy. You would think it'd be a lot more. And so
You were saying these guys are like in the uppers, like what, like hundreds of thousands?
Hundreds of thousands.
Maybe, I don't know, millions maybe?
Millions.
Like you get some big...
Yeah, I know Keith Lee's got. He's
Keith
up there, man.
You mentioned Keith Lee on the podcast before from like TikTok.
Yeah.
Like that's just one of the big ones out there. And probably people that you follow and kind of you guys watch each other's styles and stuff. But like I said, man, I was like,
crazy.
I would have tried to fight those guys. I'd be like, what do you say?
Quality over quantity.
Don't fight Keith Lee. He's
Is he a big guy?
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like,
he's an MMA
60
fighter.
I'm like 60,000's pretty good. Pretty damn good.
Yeah.
But way to go.
Thanks, man. It was cool. So that was one of the events, and then overall, like a Friday night, Guy Fieri had Tournament of Champions. So literally, you had the 4 chefs that have won that TV show brought in 6 chefs each. So I think it was about 24 all in all. I think I looked at about 20 of them have won James Beard Awards, and some of them multiple times, multiple restaurants. Food was absolutely phenomenal. It was a party atmosphere. Saturday, I ended up going, I did the FoodieCon, and then they had tacos and tequila hosted by Aaron Sanchez. I mean, I love tacos. I literally got to a point where I wanted to keep eating more, but I would walk up, like I was so full. I probably had like 15 tacos, but I wanted to keep eating. So I would just go take a bite and just throw away. And I felt so bad because the food was so good.
Is that these right here?
Oh,
That
my
looks
God.
unreal, dude.
Those look really good.
What was that? Oh, actually, no, that was.
Or is that something else?
That was on Sunday. That was the wonton. Those were the wontons.
I mean, it was a foodie convention, and they had the best out there. You guys are eating good.
Oh, Food Network put it on.
Yeah.
Best in the like some of the best chefs in the world. Sunday there was like a 3 to 5 on Ocean Drive event that they had like DJ Erie, they had Flo Rida, food. I mean, I just don't know what else to say. I mean, like I've never had like a piece of fried shrimp with calamari on it, and I was like, oh, that could be interesting. Tried it, incredible. I had the best bologna sandwich I've ever had in my life. I just don't know how to like. It's just hard to like go to that event and be like, man, like don't get me wrong, I come back home, we have really good food, but that was just like, you just knew I probably had like 3 things I really just did not like, but man, I think that festival changed my life for the best.
4 out of 4, 10 out of 10, 20 out of 20.
100 out of 100, man. We got it. But,
Tournament of Champions is one of my favorite shows. So
really?
That's awesome. Was Guy was there as well?
Oh yeah. I didn't get to talk to him.
That's one of Andy's heroes.
Really? I got to talk to Hunter.
Triple D.
Awesome. Oh, dope.
Yeah,
Who?
Hunter,
His
his
son.
son.
His son.
You guys are just.
He's going to take over
Insider.
for Guy someday for sure.
Does
So,
he have the hair and the glasses?
He's a little bit
the
more
flames.
I would have
He's
named
a little
him.
more toned down guy.
Okay.
I would have named him Boy. Boy.
I see it.
I'm not even gonna say it. All right, let's wrap up.
What
Mostly,
happens when he becomes a man?
let's
He
wrap
changes his
up.
name?
Let's wrap up mostly superheroes, the podcast, so we can move on to OpeCast. What questions do you have, Andy, the Giggler, for Braden?
I mean, I just had the best question right there.
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
But I just want to say, what was your favorite thing? Top 2 things that you ate there?
From the festival, definitely. I'm a taco guy, but that was the best brisket taco I've ever had in my life. And then there was this other place. I can't remember what that dish was. I got to work on that video. It was an Indonesian dish where it was so good. I gave it my actual coin because you got to vote for who was going to win. I had it 3 times. Like I said, I was full, but that thing was so good. It changed my life. Now, other food. I went to Havana 1957, which was recommended by so many different people there. Phenomenal.
That's a restaurant.
Yes, that's a restaurant there
in Miami.
Oh my gosh, had like Cuban coffee for the first time, and it comes in like a little like shot glass, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna like, whenever I'm in like Miami, and they have water everywhere, so like or at the festival, you pick up a bottle of water, I just chug it, right? I'm just like,
let's get this done.
Stay hydrated. I was trying to sip that coffee fast, but man, that thing was strong. It was good.
I felt like you were like in Italy or something, like just like little
tiny coffee.
I was in Cuba.
Cuban coffee.
Yeah.
Said. Maybe even better.
I think that's. Am I saying that right? I need a.
I think you're asking the wrong person. Scotty?
I don't drink coffee.
How do you say Cuba?
Cuba.
Cuba.
All right. Any questions for Braden, Scotty Scoop?
As far as food goes, how much like TV food do you consume? Like you watch like the Hell's Kitchens, the Top Chefs, anything like that?
This is hilarious. I don't watch any of those shows.
Yeah.
It like falls into your not watching like a lot of TV stuff.
I really, so Dante always gives me a lot of crap.
Original Dante.
Shout out to him. He was on the trip with me as well with Undeniably Dairy, but that's funny. Even Gordon Ramsay, like I got to meet him last year, and I know people that watch every single episode of his show.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I watch
YouTube,
it all.
and I was like, I've seen an episode. But I think that also helps me out because like I'll read into the people and see what they've done, and I'll watch clips. But yeah, that's I do want to watch these shows now. But
even like Gordon Ramsay, like you just know by like reputation.
Yeah, and his episode of Hot Ones was really good.
Oh, I love Hot Ones, man.
Yeah.
You talk
Hot
about an
Ones is
exploding series. Like they're just everybody goes on Hot Ones now. That's like the new Letterman. Truly.
I never thought about that. Yeah, so I don't really watch those cooking shows because I know the formula to them. Like,
sure,
you got to end in drama, you got to end that sentimental, that sad backstory, that thing that keeps that person driving, and what's going to get them to tear up. So I know like I know how to make one,
like the formula.
Yeah,
everything's gamified nowadays.
Yeah,
guy shows, they're all the same.
I mean, you watch all the guy shows.
Oh, yeah, it's just the same thing recycled under a different wrapper, but
yeah,
I'm gonna keep eating it.
It's like a pop song.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go for the big money questions. What's coming up that you can tell us about? Like you are, dude. I mean, I just want you to know, like we all follow you. Like I'm just impressed with all the collabs you do. Your videos are such high quality. It sounds like you got like some good help around you, but I know you're hustling out there doing a lot yourself. and you've been at it. So congrats.
Thank you.
And what's coming up? What can you talk about?
This is a good question because, you know, sometimes I have to go to like the news outlets to promote things and talk about them.
Like today.
Well, yeah, you know, I mean, like, you know, like when I have a pop-up bar or something.
All the stuff at Work and Leisure. You know, working with Tenacious Eats.
Man.
Like doing your events, Avalanche and summer camp. Like,
man, we got some crazy stuff coming. We really do. It's very exciting. So first, BradenSTL, still doing that, obviously. I live in St. Louis. Launched a YouTube page, Brad B Eating, BRADBE, Eating with a G, you know.
Nice.
So I launched that. Going to focus on that other. I'm going to still do what I do with, you know, like normal, but then that one's going to be more of like the travels. I'm really growing that. Like, it's so weird. I have 67 subscribers and I'm so hyped. I'm like 67. Man, that felt like 6,700.
Yeah.
Like I have a video of me walking through the darkness haunted house and it has like 217 watches or views. Yeah, I said watches.
Yeah.
That's views, cool. You know.
That's very old man of you for being so young.
Watches.
These kids and their watches.
I'm new to YouTube as well.
But I know that excitement, like from a new channel. I mean, you're starting it from scratch, and like you're that stuff will go viral. Like your personality with the way you do your videos, paired with like a travel dynamic. It sounds like those are the video that catches. Like I've watched before my wife and I went on our honeymoon to San Francisco. I watched like 10 different influencers. Like I would just pull up YouTube and pull it on the TV and be like, let's just see what San Francisco's got going on. Boom. Dude, there you go. You'll be skyrocket. That's going to skyrocket. 67 is going to be 6,700 no time.
Hey, we're on the road to 10K. So it's but yeah. So
road to 10K. Nice.
So when we
should have done something like that years ago. A road.
Ooh, what if? Oh yeah, I could be burning 10K when I hit. Maybe I'll run in 10K. I don't even run anymore. When I hit 10K.
It's up to you if you want to.
Yeah.
There's plenty of ways to celebrate 10K.
Just start with the 5K.
Start with the 5K.
I think it's
all right, so you got crazy stuff coming up.
So we have that. So yeah, and then I have a website. It highlights like some of my favorite restaurants. BradBeating.com. But now events, I can't really talk about too much just yet because things are, you know, contracts, things have to be finalized. But we're looking at something in the summer, something exciting, something our city needs, a new kind of energy, a weekly one, something very fun. And I just went to Miami, so we got to bring that up here. So that's all I can say about that one. There's something else in the fall that's going to take place, and I will definitely keep you all informed on these, like when they happen. The one in the fall is like going to be one of the coolest things I've ever experienced.
Yeah, put us on whenever you're on the press tour. You know, we'll talk to you when you're talking to everybody.
Yes, and I'll make sure I'll reference back to this episode and I'll cut that clip and then you'll be like, oh, that's what he was talking about. But the thing I actually,
from our co-episode right now.
Yes. Because the thing that is going to happen in the fall, you will love it. I promise you, you're going to be like, what the hell is this? Like, how did he make this happen? If we make it happen, it'll be with Tenacious Eats.
Yeah, Liz, so Chef Liz.
I'm just fingers crossed. And then, you know, in the pop-ups, you know, I like doing the Halloween one. I have a good feeling, like at least in St. Louis, we're going to see a lot more this year, kind of like we saw with a lot of the holiday ones. I may do one more, but around the Christmas time, I may do another one here. So there may be 3 or 4 I have in St. Louis, and then we're looking at other markets as well. So that's kind of like one of the big things is, you know, how can I expand into Chicago with it? Maybe another city, maybe a Nashville. And maybe beyond, but there's a lot of stuff I'm working on. Even in like 2026, fall of 2026, we got some very exciting things. That's all I can really talk about, but it's very exciting. But you know how it takes time. And so, you know, you don't go to an event like South Beach Wine and Food Festival without leaving inspired, building more connections, and then, you know, bringing it back home for all of us to enjoy.
Dude, nice. Give it up for you, dude. We're excited. That's what I like. I follow your channel at BradenSTL for those like big announcements, those exciting collabs, and it's gonna have to like become like Braden USA or like Braden in the world or something. You better start grabbing those Instagram channels.
I know,
because it sounds like you're expanding. I mean, really, I hear some expansion in there, so that's awesome. And then bringing it back home to the Lou. So, dude, thanks for coming back on Mostly Superheroes.
Dude, thanks for reaching out. Like, thanks for like, because it was what was it, a few months ago, and then like. was it about like creating like like an advertisement?
Yeah,
for
let's
the
like promote what you got going on type stuff.
Yeah, and it's no, it's cool. I was happy how flexible you guys were to like let's just do a crossover. I don't really listen to many podcasts. So
Me either.
There are
All
only
good.
so many hours in the day. We understand.
yeah.
Well, you're going to get your chance to host it right here in Mostly Superhero Studios. We're really excited. Thanks for listening to this episode of Mostly Superheroes, the podcast. Be sure to go over and subscribe to OpeCast to hear BradenSTL interview yours truly, along with Andy and Scotty Scoop. OpeCast is streaming now wherever you get podcasts. Take it easy. Mostly Superheroes is proud to be funded in part by our sponsors. Mostly Superheroes is funded in part by paying patrons who receive early, ad-free, and exclusive episodes. Subscribe at mostlysuperheroes.com/support. Thank you for supporting your favorite independent podcast. Mostly Superheroes is an independent podcast owned and operated by Carrogan Ventures in St. Louis, Missouri. Hosted by Logan Janis, Andy Hunn, and Scott Swearingen. Brand and creative by Carrie Clark Design. Music by Audionautics. Learn more at audionautics.com. Find more at mostlysuperheroes.com.